RC Nation. Hope everyone's doing good out there. I'm hanging in there, and I'm really lately, my passion, I'm getting just so deep since I got this new car and just reminding me of my childhood. And today, all day, I just spent just tinkering on the RC10 and this one, and just doing everything I can to get them ready for the parts they need. As soon as the parts get here in about a week or so, I'll hook them up and we'll do some runs. I'll show you guys what they're all about. First off, on my RC10 A stamp, um, I built out of awesome plastic a really cool front bumper, which is tested and works, and really awesome rear skid plate, wheelie bar, and bumper, which I think is really cool. Right here, I built that awesome plastic, and you can see on the bottom how it's going to work as like a skid plate. See? And obviously those were the most scratched up areas on the chassis, so I like that. This one also, as you can see, protects the arms and stuff, which is great. I also adjusted the toe in and camber. As you can see, it's toe in and camber is magnificent, front and rear. Jack already had it set up, but he had it set up for oval, so I had to make adjustments for speed runs and so forth. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. I think I decided today that these are both going to be do everything RC vehicles. Just because, you know, I always like to squeeze the most out of my RC stuff. And, you know, these are freaking awesome. These are freaking awesome. Now can you not be stoked on these? So, anyways, I tested this old servo in this one. Of course, it's no good. And I did so much stuff, like fine tuning, like stuff it needed. I ripped out. Let me show you what I did inside. I ripped out all the old crappy electronics. I totally went through and like meticulously cleaned it with Simple Green and some other RC safe stuff. And then so it's like really clean. And we're just waiting for the new like brushless motor to come. I already have a transmitter and receiver for this bad boy. So this both of these should be running in about a week or so. So that one is also experimenting with different body types. And like I thought this monster truck body looks just too awesome, so I actually made it so it fits on there. And I'm still regretting converting this one to a short course, or a short course but an off-road body with, you know, a monster truck body, because I lost a little of the aerodynamics there. And it, you know, what I did is I hacked up a legendary 30-year-old one-of-a-kind body, and I feel really bad about it, and I feel really stupid about it. I obviously wasn't thinking clearly. Oh crap. So I hacked this thing up. Alright, so to make up for it, you know, I sanded all the edges smooth, and I, you know, made the cleanest lines I could. It's actually still extremely aerodynamic, as you can see. Just a tiny little bit of air is going to get in on the sides, which is good because it's going to keep my electronics cool. So you can see there what I did. You guys saw it before. It was a full body before, but now it's like a, I don't know, do everything vehicle right here. Best of its kind. This thing is #1. I think it looks awesome. I'm going to take it back to the track probably, and the old guys at the track are probably going to lose their damn minds, because this is like a 30-year-old legendary, local legends car. So I got her all cleaned up. She's all cleaned up and cherried up. Whoa. Losing stuff like crazy. I don't even know what that was. What was that? And yeah, we're getting these things all fixed up, and I think it's awesome. Now let me show you what I did with this bad boy. I trimmed the body a little bit more. I made better body clips. I used body screws in the back. I cleaned the crap of it because it smelled like ass. Who knows where this thing's been? It's 30 years old. And then inside, I wasn't satisfied with the stock bumper, so I made this awesome, freaking amazing bumper. I don't know if you can see it, but it's an incredible, incredible front bumper I made. You can see there, it's wonderful and it's functional. I totally tested it. Of course, it's that incredible plastic. What's really cool is I basically made it to set the ride height just right on this one, and I haven't even tested to see if any of my other bodies still fit. But to be honest, I don't even give a crap because this thing looks so freaking sick. It's ready for anything: speed runs, track, off-road, on-road, jumping, bashing, rally, frickin' touring, you name it. This thing is ready for anything. Track racing, whatever. So, there you go. This one, same thing. I'm just waiting on a motor, and this bad bitch should be the fastest of her kind. And then we're gonna take this thing into the track and freaking dominate. Yeah, you know, this bumper I made obviously isn't perfect, but you know, it's functional. I tested it; it protects everything. And this back one, you know, I made is a 3-in-1. It's a skid plate. It's a skid plate. It's a wheelie bar and motor guard, extra motor guard for the motor, and also it's a bumper. So it's a 3-in-1 on the rear end there. Also tested. You know, I just dropped it on the end and it worked great. So totally stoked here. My awesome vehicles. Like, I couldn't be happier. These are basically like the vehicles I wanted my whole life. I'm completely stoked. Right now in RC, I just want to get them going as soon as possible. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out for the mail lady. She should be here in the next, I don't know. Depends. Could up to a week. I don't want to say it's going to be here in a couple days, but parts should be here in a week max. Which is awesome. But unfortunately, I just put all my month's pay into this thing, and I'm completely broke for the rest of the month, and like I'm out of everything. So I'm banking that these things will be working, and you know, when these things are working, I'm having so much fun with them that I don't even care about food or anything like that. So I just want to race this one as much as possible. Probably both of these. If they let me race both of these in 2 different classes, then I'm in there. So, you know, that way, God forbid something happens to one of these beasts, I'll have a backup. So, what else is going on? What else? So yeah, I spent the whole day working. I tested the servo; it's bad on this one, so I got to buy another servo. But it depends which parts gets here. If parts for this one gets here first, obviously I want to get this one going as soon as possible. But this one only needs one part. This one needs like a lot of parts. Good news is the guy that sold it to me hooked me up with like a million pinions. So we got a bunch of pinions. Basically we got all the pinions for this one. I have no pinions for this one yet. You know, it's a different millimeter. So, but you can see what I did here. It's kind of genius. It worked out great on my new front bumper. Like, okay, it's cruising along, right? And like, I don't know if you can see that, but it hit something. The body flexes. The body flexes first, right? Body flexes. And let's say it goes off a jump and noses over, right? The freaking body flexes really hard, and then the bumper starts to flex inside the body. And between the two, like, you know, you could probably hit this thing with a hammer and like the original frame probably wouldn't even know it. That's how awesome this plastic is. It's also very, 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 very light. Very light, very light. So I added hardly any weight, and I made both these cars super awesome. I actually dropped a lot of weight on this one because it's basically just a pan now. As you can see here, there we go. I took everything out of it and cleaned it thoroughly. She was a dirty girl. I gave her a bath. Look, I took absolutely everything out of it, except for some of the stuff I didn't really feel like messing with yet. I will take this out though. That's on there pretty good. Servo tape can be tricky sometimes. There we go. Anyways, I'm going to take all that crap out. So basically what I figured out I'm going to do is I'm going to put the receiver fits nicely in this battery box. Then in the middle, I'm going to have the ESC dead center, because the receiver is weightless. The ESC has a little bit of weight. And then all the way up front, on top, between the two front shock towers, I'm going to put a LiPo like that, and probably like a strap. And this thing, like most two-wheel drive trucks or cars or buggies or whatever, is you know, normally if you put the battery where they want you to, it's going to be extremely heavy in the rear, which is good for, you know, quick accels and traction and stuff. But the problem is, when you're doing short course stuff and you go off jumps, you know, you don't want it to be too heavy in the rear, because it's always going to come out like this, and then you tap it and it's going to be too much. But if you have just like perfectly balanced, like how I like my vehicles, you can see it's perfect, then you can handle any condition a lot more easily, trust me, a lot more easily. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's what's going on with the world's fastest CCX AMP MT with the new speedrun body, and waiting on a pinion, 5mm, and soon to be the world's fastest RC10, waiting on electronics and some other parts. I'm going to run her on 2 and 4 cell, probably just 2 cell. Actually, I don't know if my new system can handle 4 cell, so probably just going to run her 2 cell. Should be plenty for if need be. Yeah, I didn't even check, but I don't think the new system can run 4 cell. It's just a little 45 amp, dang it. But whatever, I'll run her on 2 cell. She'll be super fast on 2 cell. I mean, this thing, when it was born, you know, it had a white frickin' mechanical speed control, okay? It had a mechanical speed control originally on this thing. So we've come a long way, baby. I mean, this is like my dream come true. Like, today was like RC heaven for me, because, you know, I got to, you know, restore and fine-tune one of the world's best vehicles from my childhood. The world's best vehicle from my childhood. And this project means the world to me. I think I've done her a lot of good. The only way I really messed up is by defacing this legendary body. But ultimately, I think it's going to be better, because now it'll fit any vehicle now. So, and you can use it for more applications. You know, before it was strictly dirt oval. Now it's you know, I can run short course with this or whatever. And that was the thing. I have so much freaking suspension trouble. It was either raise it way up here, which would look ridiculous, or, you know, I use this thing for speed runs. You know, it's a monster truck, but I use it for speed runs, right? So I had to have it as low as possible, see? I had to have it as low as possible, because if I have it up here and I hit 80 miles an hour, right, guess what's going to happen? The body's going to parachute like crazy. You know, anybody that does speed runs know you got to keep the body as low as possible. It's your only chance. Like, we're talking millimeters off the ground, people. Millimeters. Okay, so I think I covered everything. That's the plan. That's what I was up to today, all day. I was working on these two bad boys, and I couldn't be